I had just moved into the house a week prior. It wasn't much, just an old rental on the outskirts of town, surrounded by fields that stretched into nothing. The landlord gave me a good deal, probably because no one else wanted to live so far out. That suited me fine. I liked the quiet. I woke to the sound of rain, a heavy, relentless downpour drumming against the roof. It took me a moment to realize something was wrong. The air smelled burnt, sharp and acrid, like wood smoke, and something else. Something foul. I sat up in bed, my heart thudding against my ribs. I checked my phone. 2:47 a.m. I stumbled to the window and pulled the curtains back. The world outside was coated in a soft, gray sheet. I thought it was snow at first, but wait. Snow doesn't fall in thick, swirling clouds like that. I cracked the window open, and a few flakes drifted inside, landing on my arm. The second they touched my skin, I recoiled. It wasn't snow, it was ash. I shut the window, locking it tight, and rubbed at the spot where the ash had landed. It left a dark streak against my skin, oily and cold. My chest tightened. Something about this wasn't right. I grabbed my flashlight and moved to the front door. Maybe there was a fire nearby. Maybe that explained the smell. But as I swung the door open, I stopped dead. The fields, the road, the sky, everything was drenched in falling ash. It came down like a heavy storm, coating the ground in a thick layer of gray. But there was no fire, no glow in the horizon, no smoke billowing in the distance. Just silence. A still, suffocating silence. Then I saw them. Footprints. A trail of them, leading from the middle of the road, directly toward my house. The strange thing was, the prints weren't being made. They were just there, already formed, leading right to my porch steps. The hair on my arms stood on end. I swung the flashlight beam along the path, my stomach twisting in knots. The prints were deep, like something heavy had walked through, but there was no sign of movement, no dragging marks, no disturbances in the falling ash. I hesitated before stepping forward. The second my foot crunched down into the thick layer of ash, something shifted in the air. The smell of burning wood grew stronger. The wind picked up, howling against the house, and then, from somewhere close, too close, I heard it. A voice. It was low, whispering, almost lost in the wind, but I heard it. Get out. I felt my stomach drop, my breath caught in my throat. The words hadn't come from behind me. They had come from ahead, somewhere in the darkness, beyond the footprints. I staggered back, my chest tightening with panic. My flashlight flickered, and for a split second, I thought I saw something standing at the edge of the field. A shape, tall and unmoving, just watching. Then suddenly, the flashlight went out. I ran inside and locked the door, my hands shaking. My heart slammed against my ribs, and I forced myself to breathe. The house creaked around me, the wind whistling through unseen cracks. I wanted to convince myself that I had imagined it, that it was just the storm playing tricks on me. But deep down, I knew better. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in the corner of my room, listening to the wind and the faint patter of ash against the windows. By dawn, the storm had passed, and when I finally worked up the courage to look outside, the ash was gone. The ground was damp from rain, the sky a clear, pale blue. But the footprints remained. I left that house 2 days later, told the landlord I got a job out of town. He didn't ask questions. Maybe he knew. Maybe that's why the rent was so cheap. I don't know what happened that night. I don't know where the ash came from, or what left those footprints. But I do know one thing. When something tells you to leave, you listen.